Greetings, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today as we journey through the concept of yoga, and we're going to explain different things about yoga, some of the beliefs about it, and yeah. So to get us started, I've prepared a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to go through that presentation and teach us the different stages of yoga, the different types, and we're going to go through. And if you have any questions, please reserve them for later. And after the presentation, you can ask as many questions as you can. So without much ado, let's get into it. I'll just seek confirmation if you can see my screen. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
All right, thank you so much. So let's get into it from the beginning. So again, thank you so much. So today we're going to embark on this journey of yoga. We're going to explore different things, asana, pranayama, and meditation. My name is Jackson Kakwenye, and let's get into it. So today's agenda is involving four things. We're going to look at an introduction to what yoga is. We'll understand what asana is. We're going to look at the different practices of pranayama, and we're going to touch a little bit on meditation. Let's begin with yoga. So, contrary to popular beliefs, yoga started way back. Yoga originated around 5,000 years ago, and it is more than what people assume. Yoga is a holistic practice that integrates the physical, the mental, and the spiritual elements. So the different Hindu teachers from old days, practice this yoga, and over the years it evolved, and today it is what we know today. So the early beginnings of yoga. So the traces of yoga, they go way back into northern India, like I stated, and yoga was more of a spiritual practice in the early days. It was all about self-realization and enlightenment. Then through the ages, it evolved as it moved to different places. It moved to Europe, then eventually to America, and then it was even taught in schools, and different practices evolved from there. It became a part of exercises, morning routines, and all that stuff. And then in today's culture, it's now globalized, and different people use it for different experiences. It's actually even the West have actually made it part of an industry that people can, tap into, and income can be made from that. So like I said, yoga moved and spread from India to different places. In today's Western culture, yoga is more of the physical aspect. In the origins of yoga, like I stated, it is deeper than that. There's the spiritual aspect, the mindset and all that. But in today's yoga, as many people assume, it's more about the physical aspect, the flexibility, and they've sort of neglected the authentic, the authenticity about the yoga itself. Yoga is deeper than just, the physical aspect of that. And so I came up with a bunch of some myths and some facts about yoga. And these are just some of the things that I listed. There are different others that are out there that people believe that yoga isn't. So these are just a few that I listed here. The first one is yoga is only for flexible people and young people. That is a lie. Anybody can do yoga. So there's a saying in yoga, or people that practice yoga, that say, yoga, you don't have to be flexible to do yoga, but you can get into yoga to get flexible. So it doesn't mean that everybody who wants to do yoga or should do yoga needs to be flexible. But however, you can get into yoga to get flexible. Then the other thing is that yoga is a religion. No, absolutely not. So while yoga has some spiritual heritage to it, it is not religious. Anybody can practice yoga, whether you believe in Hinduism or you do not. Anybody can practice yoga. And then the other one is yoga is just stretching. again, like I stated before, yoga is deeper than just stretching and exercising. Yoga is more about the mind, the breath control, meditation. All these encompass what yoga is. And then yoga has different stages. In total, we have 8 yoga stages. I'm not going to touch on each and every one of them. I think of these 8, the ones that I'll touch on are Asana and Pranayama. And these are the physical posture, that is Asana, and Pranayama is breath control. But these are the 8 parts to yoga. And if you follow all these, you're going to experience a holistic, you're going to have a holistic experience. So let's start with Asana, which is what most people think of when they think of yoga. Asana is the physical aspect of the posture, the way you're seated, and whenever you see somebody doing asana, that's the only thing that the people assume as yoga. So the definition of asana is just poses and postures. It is designed to cultivate physical strength, flexibility, and balance while preparing the body for meditation. Asana has different benefits. It improves the posture and alignment. It enhances body awareness, and different things about the body just become clearer. It also promotes relaxation and stress relief. So we're going to demonstrate 3 asanas. Of course, there are a lot of them. We're not going to delve into each and every one of them. These are just the ones that I'm going to demonstrate. We're going to start with downward dog. So I would have loved to do this, but let's just watch a video to see how to do the downward. So that's how we do the downward dog.
I think you're muted. I can't get what you're saying.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I was saying that's the downward dog. As you can see, arms are just stretched. The previous video, of course, is the downward dog. Arms are stretched. You're stretching the upper thighs and also the upper body as well. And now we're going to look at the standing forward fold.
Both the legs together with inhalation.
And that's the standing forward fold. Lastly, we're going to look at a happy baby pose. Yes, so from the 3 demonstrations we have seen, we can see that there's a difference between just exercising and yoga. So I just prepared this slide to show some of these differences. Yoga focuses more on the breath and awareness. It's more about being mindful about your surroundings. As you can see from both of them, from all the demonstrations we've seen, while the people were stretching, they were also breathing, and you could see, especially on the happy baby, it's just a posture but then the breath is actually more important. And in the next part of my presentation, I'm going to touch on the breath, which is pranayama, and why it is very important in yoga. So the definition of pranayama is it involves breath control techniques. Benefits of that are that it improves lung capacity and oxygenation. It reduces stress, anxiety, and blood pressure. And these are just some of the few benefits of pranayama. So for the demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate these three. We'll start with the first one, which is Ujjayi. To demonstrate this, you can do this at your own time, of course, but Ujjayi is just breathing in and then breathing out with a sigh. So I'm going to demonstrate that, and you can follow along at your own time, in your own space as well. So this is how you do Ujjayi. You breathe in and you breathe out with a sigh. That's Ujjayi. Then the second one, which is rule of 4, it's just as it sounds. So on every breath, you breathe in, you count up to 4, you hold it, you count up to 4, breathe out, count up to 4, and then hold it and count up to 4. So I'm going to do it once, and again, you can also do it at your own time as well. So I'm going to count out loud. I'm going to count in my heart, and then but just count 4 seconds, and then you can breathe out and do the same as well at your own pace. So this is how you do the rule of 4. You breathe in. Last but not least is the alternate nostril breathing. So as it sounds, you're just alternating between your nostrils. And you do that with the pinky and the thumb. So on the inhale, you inhale on one side of your nostril. So you hold on the other side with your thumb. Then you inhale, and then you switch over. You hold with your pinky finger, you hold the other one, the other nostril. Then you exhale, and then you inhale. Before you inhale, you switch over again. So one nostril has to inhale and exhale, then you switch over and just keep on alternating. And that has its own benefits as well. You notice that every time you do that, one side is more blocked than the other one is more open. So you can do that at your own time as well, but I just do it once for demonstration. Inhale this side, then I switch, then I exhale, then I inhale with the same one, then I switch, then I exhale with this one. And you can do that a number of times, and that's called alternate nostril breathing. So that's just the 3 pranayamas that I chose, but there are a lot of them out there, and you can research and find them at your own time. I'm sure you can, And then last on my agenda was meditation. So meditation is what most of us know. But the proper definition of meditation is a practice of cultivating awareness, presence, and inner stillness. This involves focusing the mind on a specific object or thought and achieving a state of heightened consciousness and tranquility. It reduces stress and anxiety. It enhances mental clarity and focus, and it also promotes emotional well-being and resilience. And then these are just some of the things I put together on how you can start a meditation practice. You need to find a quiet and comfortable space. Then you need to choose a technique. So before you do the meditation, do a little bit of research on what kind of meditation you want to. And then don't really stress yourself. Start with something simple. Start with a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just be quiet, be still, and just focus on something specific in your mind. And then you can also use guided meditation applications. You can watch videos, the different videos out there, and just be patient and be compassionate with yourself. And this brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope you got 1 or 2 things. Thank you so much for attending. At this point, I'm going to take any questions that anybody might have. If there are no questions, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And let's go and practice yoga. Thank you.